speed, the Two Wheels to Anywhere team decide to pay a visit to their friend, NASCAR driver Larry Maloney, as he preps for a race. But what happens when both Larry and Pete walk away with something they weren't expecting?
I know you need to beat someone, so I'm going to offer myself up as a sacrificial lamb.
In this two-part episode of Two Wheels to Anywhere, we find out what can go wrong before a NASCAR even makes it to the racetrack, and what can go wrong once it does. We also learn what happens when Pete throws down the gauntlet, daring Larry to an unexpected race. Watch as Pete arrives at Fishtail Riding School's track day event in the rain to learn the art of going fast with instructor Tim Hafner.
Do you want this? Do you want this?
As he prepares to follow through on his dare. A race where the odds are stacked like roadblocks against him. Will Pete get past his nerves and pick up his speed, or will he leave it, along with his dare, in the dust?
Pete is all talk, you know that. It was really, you did a really great job, okay? So next run, here's what I want you to do. Okay. Try shifting the second gear.
Two wheels to anywhere, kickstand up and heading somewhere. While you're waiting for the lights to change, we'll be hanging in the left lane. We got two wheels to anywhere, open throttle, full tilt, no fear. Been waiting for a summer day. Two wheels burning, run away.
The boys head to JBR Racing in Bidderford, Maine, where they check out Larry's car and get a sneak peek at what's involved in making a car a NASCAR.
Pete, Two Wheels to Anywhere. We've arrived at Larry's place and we're going to take a look at his NASCAR. Here we are at JBR Racing, and Larry, pleased to meet you.
This is the car we're getting ready for Lime Rock, Connecticut. It's a road course car, and it just came back from getting a new nose and tail.
Right.
We changed it from a Ford Taurus to a Ford Fusion, and just getting it to the body shop today to get it painted. First we're going to do the body work, which is going to take 3 or 4 days, and then it's got to go down south to my crew chief to do the setup.
Tell us what's the big difference then, if you drive a sports car and the comparison?
They're a lot heavier, they're a lot harder to maneuver. They don't turn well and they don't stop very well.
So big biceps?
Yeah.
So look.
There's quite a bit of prep work that goes into a car before a race. For example, they were preparing a car that was originally designed for the oval track and converting that over to a road course configuration.
These are brake fans, ignition. This is just the start button. Tachometer, oil pressure, and water gauge.
Okay, so this is kind of like a race against time. There's a lot of stuff to get ready, right?
There's a lot of things to get ready.
Larry's got a big long list of things to get done. The first thing that's got to happen is it's got to be painted. It's got to look pretty for the races. So we're going to get it on the trailer and it's going to run off down to somewhere down south.
When Larry was loading his NASCAR onto the trailer, something interesting happened. What we discovered was the hitch was not attached to the towing vehicle properly.
So the trailer went whoop. The NASCAR rolls off the trailer. I thought I was going to get squashed. We needed something to make that day really exciting. So I just moved the chalk.
Luckily, Larry's car finally makes it safely onto the trailer. It's race day, and the boys head to Lakeville, Connecticut, home of the Lime Rock Park. The track is owned by Skip Barber, who started the Skip Barber Racing School in 1975.
We're at Lime Rock in Connecticut, and we're going to be following 4 wheels instead of 2. We'll be looking at Larry Maloney and how he's getting around in number 88 at this year's K&N 1000.
Hi, Jim Burgess from JBR Racing.
Pleased to meet you, Jim.
We started in 2003. I've raced all my life and worked on a lot of different teams, and got the urge to own my own team.
He came to me and said, I want to start a race team about 8 years ago, and he says, are you on board? And I go, yes.
Everybody on my team is volunteer help.
Yep.
And they love racing, and that's the heart of the team.
I see.
And cars are not cars unless there's people behind them.
We travel all over the country racing and have a good time at it, and it's just in our blood, I guess.
I'm kind of the all-around guy. I help Todd out, setting the car up, putting the parts together, changing engines, transmissions, gears, anything that's needed. We're a small team, so we multitask a lot.
For those of you that don't know, NASCAR stands for the National Association for Stock Car Auto Racing.
Larry, how are you feeling?
A little nervous right now, but once I get in the car, I should be fine.
Great, well, we're looking forward to you taking off here and giving these guys a good thrashing.
Thank you, thank you.
I'm not really sure why they push a NASCAR to the starting line.
Larry, here we are. We've rolled up your car, and I noticed you did a good job pushing it.
You know, you spend 30, 40,000 on an engine, and then you spend most of the day pushing it.
It might just be a traditional thing where hearing the announcer say, "Racers, start your engine."
Larry Maloney has been a professional race car driver for over 20 years. A native of Ireland, Larry began his driving career in road rally racing back in Ireland. Since coming to the United States, Larry has been active in the New England region of SCCA Racing. In 2005, he won the regional championship in his division and has earned over 10 wins during his racing career. Unfortunately, Larry wasn't going to get far in this race. Coming up after the break, we'll find out what went wrong with Larry's car and why Pete offers himself up for a different sort of race.
When Larry was in the race, I think he went a couple of rounds, and then there was a pinhole that developed in his braking system.
I was just riding. We had a pretty good car.
Yeah.
I was just waiting for a couple of cautions to get the group back up so we could get by some of the cars out in front of us.
Okay.
And just getting into turn 1 on the last lap, I felt the pedal got a little soft.
And because of the pressure of the brakes and the fluids, it basically erupted the hose.
I think we ran something over and it broke the caliper.
Okay.
Started leaking brake fluid on the calipers. They're 1200 degrees. It's a safety issue.
Then when I got over onto the chicane, I tried to brake and it went straight to the floor.
I mean, Larry's life is more important to us than any car, obviously, and we have to make sure that we get that fixed.
So I just came into turn 1.
That could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, lucky we had that runoff.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that could have ended the night easily.
Hey guys, so what happened, man? I mean,
No brakes, and you can't road race without brakes.
I know you need to beat someone, so I'm going to offer myself up as a sacrificial lamb to race you. I decided to go to Fishtail Riding School and take their track day at the New Hampshire International Speedway because I wanted to be faster on a bike. I threw down this challenge to Larry Maloney of the NASCAR fame, so I thought that I could go faster. And he said that he could go faster.
The team arrives in Loudon, New Hampshire, home to New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Located on approximately 1,100 acres, the complex is the largest sports facility in New England. It features a 1-mile oval speedway with a total capacity for 105,000 spectators and a 1.6-mile road course. The weather forecast is not looking particularly good today.
Well, it's, when the weather clears off and the track dries up, I'll be out. I got race tires on, so it's not good in the rain, but it's going to be fun. It always is.
The dedicated group of riders head to the media center for a safety briefing, an introduction by Fishtail lead instructor and founder, Tim Hafner.
My name is Tim Hafner. For any of you that I may not have met, one of the classroom instructors, John Anderson, is the other one. And we'll be working with you in the classroom today and on the track. This is probably one of the most addictive things you will ever be exposed to. And you're going to have a great time. But there's a piece that goes along with that. In order to really get the most out of a track day, you have to, one, take your ego and you just got to stick it in the trash can, right? Nobody cares how fast you're going. Nobody cares what your skill levels are. All we care is that you listen in the classroom and that you try the things that we're doing and that you're smooth on the track. That's what it comes down to. There's no oncoming traffic, there's no gravel, there's no oil, there's no cops, there's none of that, which allows you the freedom to simply focus on riding the motorcycle.
Right here?
No, heck no.
Was that because of the weather?
Yeah, definitely. I'm a weatherman for the ABC affiliate in Boston, WCBB. So that's my real job. That's my Monday through Friday work, and then this is where I hang out and have fun.
Have you been out yet?
No.
Are we going to see you out on the track later?
Only if it stops raining. I'll go out if it's a little wet, but I'm not going to go out with standing water.
Tell me about your anti-rain plan.
I figure if I put a little duct tape on these little holes, right?
These little holes here?
Yeah, it'll keep the rain out, except I forgot about this part right here.
What's your name?
Bruce Myers.
What's going on here? Is he wrestling you to the ground?
Trying to make it so that we can go the rest of the day in the rain.
Could I have all the instructors to the tech garage, please? All instructors to the tech garage.
Check for brakes, make sure they're up, tires, no leaking fork seals, anything that's pretty much going to be an issue on the track. Safety. We're going to go onto the track and enjoy the rain. It'll be smooth, that's right. Smooth on the throttle, smooth on the brake.
Pete heads out to the track with 2 Fishtail instructors.
I learned that even waterproof boots get wet if they're subjected to buckets and buckets of water being thrown at them. You just feel that you're going to lose the front end. That was the scary thing. And you feel the bike is going to slip around. Despite the rain, I would still go back. I would still go back because it's a fantastic experience.
Once you get the adrenaline rush of going fast,
right?
Most of us get hooked.
You can make a lot of mistakes in the dry weather compared to today, and you got to just be real smooth.
We break it down A, B, and C groups. So C is the beginners, those who are just getting used to the track.
Pete has challenged his friend, NASCAR driver Larry Maloney, to a drag race.
I'm going to offer myself up as a sacrificial lamb to race you.
Now he is a guest at Fishtail Riding School to bone up on his skills.
Come on, we got to get serious here. We got to get... What were you doing?
The first time, it was actually scary.
I was waiting. I had the camera set up on one of the corners and I was waiting for him to come around, and I was waiting for about 10 minutes and he still wasn't around.
In the rain? I didn't get that many people overtaking me.
You didn't?
No.
Are you sure about it? I've got video of it to prove you wrong. To give the devil his due, you did fairly well on the first time around.
There was so much water coming off the floor that there was like someone was pouring a bucket of water over my boots. I just did the first session, my first session with the B track, and there's some good riders there, and they're all faster than me. There's lots of puddles on the floor, and of course you think you feel the back sliding, but it probably isn't. It's probably just me being scared. I was remembering to smile. Tim said at the beginning, smile.
And as soon as you find that you're not smiling anymore and you're tensing up, you need to back off. Nobody cares how fast you're going today.
So I was trying to do that and relax a little bit, and that actually made it better.
Pete, what are you doing?
Hey Tim,
what are you doing?
Good to see you, man. I want to be like that.
Oh yeah, no, what?
Be like this.
You're reading a book at the track school?
I bought a motorcycle textbook to class. I did. Well, you know, I want to learn as much as I can. I'm thinking, you know, there's so much here to learn. I'm just like thinking, information overload. They had lots of good advice about how to ride a motorcycle around a track. There's all this theory here going on. And
Pete, we have a classroom.
Okay.
We'll tell you everything you need to know.
Okay.
You need to just come in and sit down and sit through the presentation.
It's true. You do have 40 minutes in which you could bone up on the next chapter.
So you don't need the book. You can put the book away.
He did that. He did a lot of boning up on the...
I didn't.
The rain, it's good to be nice and smooth with the throttle.
Yeah.
Take your time, nice and easy.
Okay.
It's good to learn to be smooth.
The other good thing was the advice people would give you during the breaks.
A track like this, you have to be conscious of what you're doing with your right hand all the time.
You know, like, you're not going out again, are you?
This is, you know, we had a beautiful summer. Absolutely not a drop of rain all summer. People are complaining about the drought. Now we get 3 days of rain and a nor'easter going.
So did you race with Mike here? There was a guy we just spoke to?
Yes, I do. Not with him, but on the same track.
I see. Who's the faster racer?
I'm an expert.
You're going along and then you realize, well, you're heading into a lot of water and you're really watching your braking points.
It's been awesome. I think from when I started to the end, you know, there's been a small bit of improvement.
More than small. Okay. It was a good day for you.
So the thing is, I got this challenge, right? I foolishly challenged a NASCAR driver to a drag race. I'm going to offer myself up as a sacrificial lamb to race you.
You did what?
I know. I know.
Yeah, technically speaking, he does have the power to weight ratio advantage.
What's your advice, buddy?
How's your insurance? No, I think you can do this.
It's great. So what are the things that can happen?
There's also a lot of mental preparation.
Well, your GPS can come up and beat you to death. That would be bad. You could end up wearing the motorcycle like a hat. You could get flung side to side for 30, 40 yards while the motorcycle's spinning out of control.
The Fishtail instructors were great. They were patient, and they didn't make fun of my purple tape.
He rides a BMW, so that might be part of it.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
We've got some pretty hardcore bikers here. Ducatis, Hondas, fancy BMWs.
He's got purple tape because it matches his underwear. It matches it. Doesn't have little purple flowers on his underwear too, does he?
He kind of drew a lot of attention to himself with the purple tape, and his excuse was that was the only tape that he had in the house.
Has the tape been on long?
So we're going to put this tape on to make sure that if you crash, the glass doesn't go on the road.
Yeah, well, it's a little effeminate, but we'll let it go.
The problem is, I didn't have any blue tape because it was the only tape I could find. And I got this kind of purple stuff, which is kind of a little bit embarrassing, frankly.
I think you bought it deliberately, the purple tape.
It should be kind of like a mancho blue. It's purple, what can I do?
Before we go any further, I need to see your maritime license.
The maritime license, yeah, I've applied for it. For the bike.
Are you qualified for this much tonnage?
Listen, I've got a pimp line. Stop it! Pimp line just along here.
Pete made a lot of improvement over the course of the couple of days.
We're going to go out next session, all right? And we're going to ride. You in front, me in front, we'll swap.
You realize that you can actually get over, say, this far instead of like that far.
The thing that I saw just watching from the side of the track is classic BMW riders, you guys get so much time in the saddle, you tend to get really comfortable sitting bolt upright.
He claims that he was leaning the bike over a lot, and I think we need to investigate that a little bit more.
Which limits what you can do with a motorcycle.
Actually, the second time he was leaning off the bike, the kickstand was down. He was just leaning off.
The first time was when I was falling off the bike.
I mean, you've got to remember the starting point far behind where, you know, most riders come in.
You're very tentative coming through the corner here.
So he had a tremendous gap to catch up, and he did that.
You think so?
Kind of, I think, yeah.
Which, you know, that's normal when you're just figuring this stuff out.
So I think it's a backhanded compliment. I don't feel, especially leaving you warm and fuzzy, all these sort of compliments, but that doesn't.
I understand, because the last time you rode this, you hit an iceberg in the Northern Atlantic.
It was great that Tim actually invited us to come back. So thank you very much for hosting us. Looking forward to the next one. It's been great.
Tim invited him to come back to work on the lemonade stand.
We're glad to have you.
In the next episode, Pete returns to Fishtail as Tim coaches for his drag race with Larry.
Hey, I'm Tim. Hey, Tim.
The race between Larry and Pete.
I'm good. I'm coaching Pete today.
Could go either way.
Millions of people will be watching if you don't do well.
Larry's going to win.
But I don't want you to be nervous or anything, okay?
Sound that reminded me of this sound, which is